for online, yes. So what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and welcome back. Because today we're going to the conclusion of Cinder and Ashe, Part 4. It was released in August 1988. For those of you who don't know how you do these types of videos, Tales from the Past is basically a series of, let's say, reviews, with or without spoilers, where I go through an American comic, a European comic, or in this case, this is American, but it could also be a manga from the previous century, all the way to, let's say, 2010, 2011, somewhere in that the time frame. And of course, I'll go through who the team is, the writer, the art, the colors, letters, editors, the whole yin yang. Do a quick synopsis and a little recap of what happened in the previous issue, in case there's more than one book in the series. We go to the breakdown, after which we give a score. We go to the good, bad, but not before going to the good, bad, and the ugly. And then we go to the final verdict, where we score it from let's say 10 out of 100 all the way till let's say 100 out of 100. 10 out of 100 being 1 out of 10, and 1 out of 100 is the writing on the wall. And of course there might be some things you might disagree with me about, and if that's the case, hey, no problem, totally fine. Let's just try to keep it civil here. My goal with these types of reviews is just walk away from the drama a bit surrounding the American comic book scene, and go back to a more, let's say, old school time, I guess. A simpler time, where you could discuss which character could be who, in the case of if it's a superhero comic. Thank goodness this one isn't. Which character could be who, which hero is the best, which villain could be interesting for another story. Of course, I'll be using the League of Comics and the Grand Comic Database for both to give you the thoughts of other readers, and give extra background information for the synopsis. And I come armed with my rusty notes, because this notebook is almost full, but nevertheless I'll try to keep it old school. So let's get to the team. And be careful, there will be spoilers in here. That's just like in the previous books. If you didn't read them yet, or if you didn't watch the previous videos, there's a playlist down in the description below, so check it out. So let's go to the team. Of course, nothing changed much from the previous Tales from the Past. The writer is Gary Conway, artist Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. He's an artist from originally born in Spain, but I figured out when he was younger he moved to Argentina, and basically I think he still lives there. Could be wrong. Or maybe he lives somewhere else. I don't know. The colors are Joe Orlando. Letters are John Constanza. Editors are Pet Bastien. I'm not good with names. And the cover is done by Joe Orlando. And the synopsis. First we go to a recap. In the previous book, they said goodbye to, let's say, Jennifer Starger, and also to her father. Both of them died, and they won't be coming back. Permadeath. Great. So well, not great for them, but great for story progression, so that they don't always come back from the death, just like you see in American Cape comics. So and now there's a twist of fate, an unexpected foe, and death. And Cinder and Ashe discover who harassed Wilson Starger. In this case, they come across a corrupt politician who hired a rogue CIA agent known as Lacey. And there's a confrontation in front, or at the Vietnam Memorial. So let's get into the breakdown. So here you see Harrison Wayne, who was in the middle of a campaign or interview or something that has something to do with American politics that I'm not really that familiar with. Thank goodness I'm not. Well, The polls say I'm the front runner, but there's one thing I've learned these past 20 years, representing the people of my district in Congress, is that the only real frontrunner is the man who's still standing after they count the vote on election day. But yeah, Cinder and Ashe are basically watching the speech. Doesn't even flinch when we look looks our way. So yeah, basically he has done something in the past that is kind of haunting him right now in the present, or is beginning to haunt him. But he says goodbye to Sue yet a long time, and he makes it sure, and yes, he tells her, which is both a half truth and not, that he's preparing for the press club tomorrow. And yeah. In the meantime, Ashe and Cinder, they follow Arsene Wayne, the congressman, all the way to for 2 days to see where he goes, where he lives, etc. And they go to the Constitution Avenue, and Cinder takes off down Delaware, and this is from the perspective of Ashe. He must wonder who and we are him, but he doesn't call the police. But yeah, they're playing basically playing a game of cat and mouse until he arrives at his home, at his mansion, and yeah. That's where Cinder is waiting him. Welcome home, Congressman. Can I get you a drink? You'll need it. Who the hell are you? Get out before I call the police. Do that. We'll have a chat about the hit and run killing that occurred in Iowa back in May 1978. I don't know what you're talking about, young woman. Skin spotty, that's something you don't see on television. Don't know what that bit of dialogue is doing there, but I digress, or caption. Really? Then you won't be interested in meeting me at the Washington Monument tonight to review the evidence my partner and I have collected. We'll be there at midnight, but yours up to you. Ashe and I have worked on Wayne's nurse for 3 days. It's not a long time. But Colt and Vera have been doing the groundwork for 10 years. All we need was a push. Douglas, it's me, the woman, the one who's been following me. She was here. Calm down, Harrison. Tell me everything she said. I see, well, I can understand why you're upset. I'm sad too. My people put a great deal of money into your candidacy. We've tried too hard to protect our investment. Apparently we'll have to try harder. Let me connect with our friend. I'll call you back. Remember, we're due at Anderson's reception by 8, Douglas. Our secretary himself will be there. Delightful. Don't work too hard. Dr. Wadsworth wants you to watch your blood pressure. Darling. Lazy. Douglas. Your you know what from New Orleans finally made contact. 10 years ago. And here it goes to what actually happened. Back in the past, what makes him such white politicians and the CIA are it's hard to root for them, let's put it like that. 10 years ago, Congressman Harrison Wayne, he committed a hit and run murder in rural Iowa. The only witness was the farmer named Wilson Starger, so the father of Jennifer Starger. So if you make the connection, don't make the connection right now, let's put it right there. He was only witness, and now he has been Starger basically gave it the license plate and report to the county sheriff, but because of his political influence and power, because politicians and CIA, FBI, all those kind of organizations tend to abuse their power at times, especially when one of them tends to commit something that they shouldn't have done in the first place. That would be like a jail sentence to the common folks, like or people who visit the country, like let's say working class Americans, small business owners, or Canadians. Even European people aren't safe when they figure out something like that. because they'll do anything to keep them quiet. And this video gets flagged for misinformation or anything, so be it. But that's basically the whole gist right now. Time he stopped remembering, testing, un, deux, trois. For 10 years the incident stayed buried. A month ago someone began dismantling Will Starger's life. His arm was ruined, his wife was hospitalized, his daughter Jenny Lee was kidnapped and ultimately killed by a lunatic ex-CIA spook named Lacey. Harrison Wayne, those are the facts tonight, we want the reasons. Well, Mr. Ashe, you have to show me. So Lacey tries to signs Ashe once and for good. He asks his name, but he turns around just in time so the bullet only hits his cap. Yeah. And he also warned him, when we fish in the bayou, watch out for that root. So yeah, cop, cover me. It's that root you don't see, tangle your line. Lacey, he hears that root, him in the dark, tangling the line, and he I shoots him, almost miss him. See, Clint Eastwood notwithstanding, it's almost impossible to shoot accurately on the run. And he's trying to get his attention, and meanwhile, Cinder, filled by revenge, decides to follow Lacey, the one who raped her all those years ago when she was still a teenager. A month later, when the Kong overran the South, Lacey abandoned his lover, the woman who raised him, and basically what happened in the previous one. She also committed suicide. And right now it's payback time, but in the meantime, Ashe is trying to hang on to Harrison Wayne's car. Makes it almost too hard to hold on. When his finger slips, he thinks of Starger's daughter, Jenny Lee, the one who died during in the previous issues. And he goes through another flashback, Vietnam flashback, Louisiana, 1975, and where he brings Cinder to her adoptive family. Her eyes are very old for such a little girl. Well, no shit, if you know what happened to her. And it's a little French dialogue. He says hello to Jean-Marc and Angelique, his cousin and wife. Basically, he says, "Salut Jean-Marc, ça fait longtemps qu'il faut maintenir." Yeah, I'm not going to speak the French because it's a little too hard for me to pronounce, but basically they ask each other if they're alright, and Cinder in the meantime basically greet her and tell her that she's in good hands. But he tells him that they're going to give you home, that I cannot. She nods, and her eyes are old. And he didn't know then what he knew now, so the metal stake wet his blood, easy to let go, but he has to hold on for Cinder. The line is near, and Lacey has a clear shot at her. Barely misses, but she jumps into the water. And she remembers her days back at the University of New Orleans in 1980. So 5 years after the Viet Cong took over Saigon and renamed it Ho Chi Minh City. So she's been in America for 5 years. She does like an American Tolstoy one, and studies art history and psychology. And she got everyone fooled. except her. She tells an American girl to give back because she stole something from her. I think you're talking to. I think I'm talking to a thief. But yeah. She tells him that yeah, her brother fought the Kong in Vietnam, but she tells for real. So did her father. And she tells her. She tells one of the guys that she stole something from her. She tells him that yeah. The guy Steve tells her to yeah settle it outside, but they do it here. But yeah, that necklace has a special meaning to her. It was a birthday present, and yeah, she once again yeah decides to. Lacey escaped, but she will be back for him later. Meanwhile, and in the meantime, Ash and Harrison Wayne are still in yeah, playing their cat and mouse game. He's hanging on to his car, and crash against the road sign or something. Against a pole, and yeah, he curses, shocked by a crash, and yeah, begging God to help him, but yeah, God isn't here. But yeah, Ash is kind of pissed and interrogates him, and he wants to know everything. But yeah, she loads her. In the meantime, Cinder loads her gun, and she goes after Lacey again. She tells her that she's bait. They both know it, so come and get me. And we're still back to yeah their time at New Orleans University, where she's treated like her grades are excellent, but social skills are not. She tells that she stole her necklace. So yeah. In the meantime, yeah, Ash was a little younger there. She tells that yeah, it's a friend of the Dubois family, so that's why he's here. And yeah, they go away for a walk. So I held her down until she gave it back. Basically, yeah, telling or giving a recap of the events that happened a few pages before. I give it, and yeah, his medal. She thinks he wants it back, but when he tells her that when he yeah gives something away, it's for keeps, no strings attached. Sorry, something was stuck in my throat. Having a little cold, so they tell me that yeah, she helped. He helped his cousin to adopt her. So yeah, and turns out he buys everything for her, from clothes to books. She asks him what he wants from her, and he tells him that he wants her to have a life. He's a soldier. He's still a soldier at heart, and yeah, war, killing, that's yeah what he knows. Vietnam, Africa, Central America for government or for pay. It's all the same to me now. Yeah, basically yeah, has been going to missions in Vietnam, Africa, Central America, or to yeah put a puppet government or something else, or for yeah interests of yeah people yeah only want yeah a certain type of yeah political views, I guess. or yeah, control. It's all about control in the end, no matter what side you're on. And yeah, yes, and the he talks about the boy. Basically talks about him in third person. Yeah, he had the family, he had the dream, and he lost him. Had the debt to that boy. I always pay my debt. Too late for him, too late for me. But today, not too late for you, huh? She tells him that this is where I kind of yeah, not so sure about the. It's one of the things about the writing that here that kind of ticks me off. This she asks Ash if she wants to sleep with him, but for me it comes kind of over like weird because he's the one who saved you, Allah. But I'm not so sure if, considering there is an age gap, I think maybe not. It's not the best idea, but he tells her that you understand me better than that by now, Jedi. You never will. Maybe you never understand anyone. She still cares about him, which I find kind of strange considering the age gap. But the, at the other, on the other hand, it also makes for yeah, some nice story progression. So yeah, it still feels kind of weird. What's the matter, Lacey? Bait give you the slip. Stop your work, you missed. Must be losing your touch. Keep talking, you know what. But you get your gun wet? I'll bet. Sure about that, Lacey. Me, I'm talking, taking my time. Oh, I should be shooting instead. And mouthing off. 13 years can feed a lot of anger. Tell me about it. Not a night goes by since the Nam. I hadn't thought about you. Running to you on this gig was the sweetest surprise I've ever had. Almost makes me believe in God. Well, gotcha. And yeah, talk about yeah, Acadia Enterprises, the corporate founded by Douglas Quayle and his business partners in ancient history. It was advised to the Roman Emperor known as Pompedius, and yeah, that was Harrison Wayne's advisor, his financial backer. Hiring Lace to destroy William Starger and kill his daughter, beat up his wife. Was all his idea of the guy of Douglas Quayle and his business partners. And yeah, but in the meantime, Ash is still thinking about Shady, about Cinder. And there's no flashback to the graduation ceremony, 1984. Before he went on for another war. In the meantime, they have a little barbecue. And yeah, celebrate. Roasting some catfish. She walks towards him. Maybe there isn't a big age gap between them, but it's still weird. Qu'est-ce que c'est, Shitty? And yeah, she kisses him on the mouth. They both, yeah. But they're both, yeah, two adults right now. But at the end, they figure out. Maybe they had intercourse together, maybe not, but no, it won't. In the end, they've come to the conclusion it won't work between the two. And yeah, they tell me, yeah, love we tried. I've hated going on the way we were always wandering. Me too, Shady. I look at her, the woman, and he sees the child she was, and the child whose life was stolen from her. The child who never grieved. It's not my lover, my friend. She's not a lover for him. It's his friend. But yeah. But I think it happened just before they decide to go to all the way. They came to the conclusion, yeah, this is not going to work between the two. and they come to the right conclusion, in my opinion. So, good save. People out there never forget, he said. C'est vrai, they never forget. Though for some, just savvy, it takes a long time to remember. My French is terrible, so don't pay attention to that. In the meantime, Wayne still talks, desperate as a lapsed Catholic, making the deathbed confession, and yeah, still tells Ashe everything. Tells the man's insane. When you saw your woman in New Orleans, something snapped. I swear I had no idea. Some bites the air behind my back. Rifle, get down! And he shouts Lace to not shoot him, but gets shot, and he tells him, it's going to cost him. And she tells him, Cinder tells him that it's the last thing he has to worry about, because, Meantime, he flashes back again to the French Quarter, New Orleans, 1986. He tells him that they threw out one dictator, a new one takes his place, and he don't even pay his bills. Sounds like he needs a new line, and they discuss, you couldn't be a soldier, you can't be a soldier forever, so they discuss new line of work. And she tells him to take the military expertise with weapons and tactics and her street smarts, college education, and it shouldn't be hard to find a market with the combination. So they they reflect upon society that no matter what age, what side it is. See if there's still the video is still going on. This is unscripted, by the way. So this goes what they could do, how they could combine powers. Their powers, his military expertise with her street smarts, and they come to the conclusion that it's time to look into corporate scandals, white collar crime, fraud, green mill, corruption, desperate people, and they need damage control, and they're willing to give it for a price, so they start their own business. And in the meantime, she's still fighting. Cinder's still fighting Lacey for all the things she has done. Still wants him, and Ashe witnesses them fight. They're quite equally matched for now. You're still waiting to hear the lions roar, but seldom everyone that ever loved me left. As far as love goes, everyone ever loved left me, and there they go. Against the Vietnam Memorial. There's no lion, the lion is dead. With one last, she grabs Lacey's hand and drives the knife through his neck. And love is a lie. And here she stands victorious over her rapist. And over the killer of the one she considers a mother. And that, she doesn't want to let the child get out, but she finally got the revenge she looked for. So here's the epilogue. Where you go to Wilson Starger's case, and genuinely Starger tells them that he didn't cry for her yet, but he will once. He tells him God bless you both, and they part ways. He asks him to hold her. He'll leave her if she cries, but he says he won't, but he will. She won't look at me as I reach for her. Love is a lie. She doesn't trust him, so tight she holds me. I can't trust him. I don't trust me. She tells him that she's scared. It's hard. But Ashe doesn't let go yet. She shudders and breathes and slowly smiles. The smile of my Fillette, my little girl. So far away. Yet we are home. It's hard. I don't want to be done anymore. Or be alone anymore. That's the end. Here's some concept art, drawing, character designs and sketches. Some pencils. Some classic art, I guess. Looks nice. Damage control services, New Orleans. I'll fix it for a price. Some concept art of Ashe. It really looks European. Really nice. There's book 4. Looks like an alternate cover, but I'm not sure. More concept art. More concept art, and yeah, book 1, book 2, book 3, and book 4. And yeah, some information about the writer and the artist. Greg Conway and José Lucia Garcia Lopez. As you can see, the one started his career in 1969 when DC Comics published the first anthology title, The House of Secrets, and yeah, he did some other work for Marvel and DC, and Luis Garcia Lopez did the same thing. And he now lives not in Argentina, but he lives in New York City and dedicates this book to Alejandra. And yeah, a little background information. It's the back of the graphic novel, and some other things. But let's go back to the front cover of book 4. Or my mistake. That there you go. I got the wrong cover. But go to the good, bad and ugly now, since it's getting later. And since I need to get some sleep as well. Decent cover art. Not as good as the previous ones, but yeah. It suits the atmosphere of yeah, of the series. It's a good balance between writing and art. Slightly better than the previous issue, so that's a good thing. And yeah, it doesn't read like an American comic book or superhero comic, so that's a really good thing. Nice addition of French language that I had trouble spelling out because yeah, it's not my first language. It's a bloody ending for Lacey, but yeah, the guy got what he deserved in the end. It was out of control. There's a sad despedida or goodbye. Nice concept art at the end, which is really nice. How they gave birth to these, how their designs came to be, and how they gave birth to yeah, shortened covers and even alternate covers. Some yeah, some painting, the paint and everything. It really looked nice. Nice concept art. The only thing I wasn't really a fan of was yeah, the romance scenes between Ashe and Cinder. But maybe it's because they had because of the potential age gap, and yeah, Xavier, that he's almost like yeah, a father figure to her. But thank goodness they realized it would never work like lovers, but only as friends. So yeah, good save right there. Otherwise, it would feel a bit odd. But that's the only thing I wasn't a big fan of. But fortunately, the writers and the artists knew what they were doing with it. So yeah, we go to the final verdict. Well, the League of Comics Geeks was quite positive about it. 14 out of 16 liked it with a 3.8 average rating, which accumulates into 88 out of 100, so 8.8 out of 10. My score was a little bit lower, but still close. 79 out of 100. And yeah, for the whole series, since it's the last issue of this 4-issue miniseries, I give it an 84 out of 100, so 8.4 out of 10. It's a must buy and read, and yeah, something yeah, different than the same capeslop that has been milked out for over 60 years. So yeah, recommend it. If you have a chance to get all the 4 issues, buy them from yeah, eBay, or maybe you find them somewhere in the back issue boxes at the local comic book shops, whatever, or find them somewhere on yeah, other second-hand sites, or of my comicbookshop.com for people who are in the States and in Canada. And yeah, it was really worth the time. And yeah, it doesn't read like an American comic. It's kind of like a gem that has been overlooked for many years. And like I said in my previous video, it's one of the moments where DC could have decided to, hey, let's move away a bit from the superhero things and try something a little more, yeah, different. Take a little more risk here and there. Unfortunately, it only lasted a short time. But yeah, those are my final thoughts about it. The next one will be Witchblade and Lady Death. Not sure if it's going to be a tale from the past or an overview. I think it's going to be an overview. After that, we're going back to the indies again, because I want to review Kamen Comet, one of the one-shots that came after Volume 10 of Kamen America. But before that, I need to read the second omnibus first, and Volume 9 and 10, because it takes place after 10. So yeah, I need to get up to date, but it will take time, so I won't be making a video for the next 2-3 weeks. After that, we're going back to Kamen Comet and some other indies, like literally by King Wolf Comics and eventually Screecher. Anyways, that's my whole story about this. If you'd like to see me make more videos like this, leave a like, subscribe if you want to, not because you have to. If you want to see what I create with my hardworking friend, Jar Warrior Issue 1, 2 and soon 3 are now available on Global Comics to read in the vertical or scrolling or the traditional webcomic format, and you can buy them for, let's say, digitally for $2 each, or you can go to Gumroad to get the CBR file with it as well for €2, and yeah, get the physical one for 8 each. Unfortunately, shipping is not something that I could control, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'm heading back to bed because I have to work tomorrow, so talk to you guys later. This video will be uploaded somewhere on Monday or something, or during the weekend, or maybe on Friday. We'll see. Talk to you guys later. Matane.